Welcome back to Sandfire Overland. This is the second episode of the series about my trip through the amazing landscape of the Pilbara region in Western Australia. In this episode, I will share with you how I drove up the highest mountain in Western Australia, Mount Meharry. Getting to the top of that mountain means you have to tackle a very challenging four-wheel drive trek. It is steep, it is rocky, it has wombat holes and it has big step-ups. It is a track that only experienced off-road drivers should attempt. It is a challenging drive, but the rewards once you're on top of the mountains are fantastic. Watch this video to find out more about the fantastic drive and the amazing vistas you can enjoy once on top of Mount Meharry. Mount Meharry is the second stop on my tour through the Pilbara region. In the first episode of this series, I shared with you how I drove to Calgan's Pool and afterwards crossed the Hamersley Ranges. About 130 kilometers north of Newman, there is a turnoff into a dirt road, which is called the Pack Saddle Road. That is the road that will take you to Mount Meharry. The trek to Mount Meharry initially is quite an easy drive. Initially it's a well-graded dirt road and then it turns into an easy off-road trek. However, when you get closer to Mount Meharry, you see that there is a very steep section to tackle to get to the top of the mountain. It is for sure a serious off-road track. Very steep, a lot of loose rocks, big step-ups as well. So I need to be very concentrated. I made it! I'm on top of Mount Meharry, 1,248 meters above sea level, which is of course not a lot. But because the landscape around is relatively flat with some mountains in the background, the view from here is actually insane. It's absolutely stunning. It's marvelous. It's unbelievable. I love it and I will spend the night here. I'm completely on my own. Nobody is here and nobody will come, I'm sure, that late. So I will have this place for myself and set up camp here. I'm not allowed to make a fire because it's part of a national park and therefore no fires allowed. But I will enjoy the fantastic views and reflect on the drive today, which was in the end really challenging. It got my adrenaline flowing. It was very steep, a lot of step-ups, and I initially choose a second gear low, but then at one step up, my engine died down. So I reversed back a little bit, which was tricky on a steep hill, and then tried it again with first gear low, and that actually then made it quite easily. and then I left it like that, because there were some more deep wombat holes and step ups. So it is challenging. I only can recommend it for people who have some experience in four-wheel driving and have done some serious off-road tracks. It is not easy, and specifically I think it's about confidence. The thing is that once you are in this track, which is I think 3 kilometers, once you're in this track, you cannot stop and you cannot go back. You have to pull through. There's maybe 1 or 2 situations where you can stop for a while in the steep sections, but then you have no possibility to turn and to drive down again, unless you go backwards, which is crazy. So if you ever do this track, make sure you walk it first. You have a look and really walk it to the end to make sure you're confident in driving it. Once you're in, you are committed to it. But now it's time for a beer. It's time to enjoy the beautiful sunset and set up my camp. Unfortunately, the drive was a little bit too heavy for my fridge. The raspberry jam opened and spread all over the fridge. So some people like camembert with jam. Here you have it already pre-mixed. Not very nice, so I need to clean this up now, otherwise it will stick like hell. Not so nice, but these kind of things happen when you do serious off-road driving. Good morning, everybody. I spent the night here on Mount Meharry. It was a very cold night, I must say, very, very windy. Even this morning, it was extremely windy. Now at something like 8 o'clock, 8:30, the wind is easing down a bit with the sun rising more and more. But during the night, it was very heavy wind. But it was great to spend the night here, seeing the sunset, and then this morning experiencing a beautiful sunrise, amazing vistas across the plains here, really, really beautiful. The last thing I want to do now, before I drive all the way back, is to sign into the visitor book, which is in here. There is a visitor book here, and there is a log. And if you look at it, it's already quite a worn book. It is started in 2020. Andrew Ryan is the first one here. And until today, 2025, it's not even full. So it shows that not many people drive up here and or walk up here. Actually, yesterday I met a lady who walked up here. It was quite amazing in the sun, going all the way up here. But anyway, a great little thing to read through. So I will sign myself in and then make some notes on it. And then I continue my journey driving the Mount Meharry downhill today. Next week I will take you deeper into the Pilbara region. I will show you the beautiful gorges of Karanjini National Park, share with you the ancient landscape of the Pilbara region, and at the end take you to a secret spot called Magic Pool. Join me next week when I continue my journey.